for joining us here today. We've had a lot of fans looking forward. We've had a lot of we've had a lot of people asking about you, asking about your team. So I'm real happy that you're here on with us today. You just came off a big win. How are you doing?
I'm great. I knew I was going to win it. I wasn't afraid of Flavio. I haven't made.
Okay. Well, let's see. You got off to a bad start. You're last year's fantasy football champion, and a lot of controversy. Some people say you did not deserve to win, but that's you. Nevertheless, you won. You've probably had, I think, the third highest moves in the league. What does that say about your drafting strategy?
My draft strategy is perfect. I'm okay. This is it's part of the game. Part of the game. I'm gonna make a comeback. So you guys got to be careful. Remember, I'm the champion. I'm number one.
All right, number one. I like that. Confidence. I like that. In week 6, now this is jumping ahead. We're in week 4 right now. We're going to bypass week 5. It looks like you might win that one. But in week 6, you have a very tough opponent.
What, Flavio, what chump am I playing in week 5 that we're already looking past them?
I'm not gonna call out anybody. But week 6,
call them out.
week 6 looks like you're gonna have a tough opponent. That tough opponent is gonna be Vicious Vic. Does that strike any nerves on you?
Nothing. You know what? I have a Rams hat and a sweater for him, so you can put it on, so you can stop being a Raider fan and actually be a winner. But I'm not afraid of him. I got Vic. I got you, Vic, right here, Vic. I got you.
Those are some confident words of a confident man. Well, do you have a strategy going into that game?
Nothing. I'm gonna go in like I went this week. Just be all chill. I got it under control. I got this. Allen's gonna score 50 again. Not a problem.
Oh, okay. Well,
I might actually. There's one move I might make. I'm gonna look at Bill's team and I'm gonna take someone from him.
Bill, your arch rival.
Bill, Bill's a chump, so I'm gonna throw out a little trade. I might throw maybe a kicker at him and get his number 2 pick because he gave up the number 1 to Andy already.
Oh, okay. But wait a minute, didn't you guys play a game? Wasn't that week 1 when you played Bill? And
yeah, he got lucky though.
He won that game.
Bill got lucky. He got lucky week 1.
Wow, he feels like he really strategized for that game, and but you think he felt like okay. Well, I don't know when you see him again, but I think I'm going to look forward to that game when you guys play again. Victor,
I got him.
week 6, Victor's projected to win right now. He's a tough manager. What do you think about the predictions?
I think I'm fine. I think Anthony's gonna get it in his ear. He's gonna give him some horrible advice, and I got him. I got Victor. I'll take care of him.
Well, this is interesting because now with this win today, it puts you at 2-2. You're back up in sort of the middle of the pack. We still have probably one guy that's going to be undefeated after this week, but it looks like you're making a run. You feel confident going into next week?
Oh yeah, I'm good. I'm not even thinking about the next week's chump. I got him taken care of.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll up. Yep.
All right, I like it. Now you have a very interesting team name. I think it's El Guapo. Now I have a lot of fans on my podcast, and I have a lot of non-speaking Spanish fans. Can you tell us what that means?
Yeah, to that Güero Bill.
Mm-hmm.
It means El Guapo, handsome.
And I take it you're referring to yourself as the El Guapo?
Hell yeah.
So if there's...
The cutest one in the family.
Wait a minute, you have a brother that's also in the league. Are you saying you're more handsome than your brother?
Oh yeah, that fucker's a chump. He looks ugly. It looks like they slapped him a couple too many times. He's still swollen, you can tell.
So listen, if you're El Guapo and the most handsome guy in the league, there must be an ugly guy, like the most ugliest. Out of the 12 players, excluding you, that's 11, who's the most ugliest in the league?
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them, but it's tough. I think Victor, Anthony, they're right there. You know, Bill's really ugly too. So it's a toss-up between those three. It's a three-way tie.
Well, I'm glad you didn't say I was ugly.
It's a horse race, Flavio. It's a horse race.
Well, I'm glad. All I'm glad is
So
you didn't
you're
say
the,
I.
you're
What?
the shortest one, Bobby. You're the
Oh
shortest
my
one.
God!
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on from that question. Um, if there's some ugly guys and some handsome guys, is there one in particular you like? If you had to date somebody on the league, who would that be?
You know, I think that question is to you, Flavio. Not to me.
All right. I have one more final question, and then you can go off. So many people have seen that donut with the bacon on top of it, and they've been asking, like, where did you buy that, and did you really eat that?
Hey, that wasn't me. That was Jerry's lunchbox.
That was just
I went over there, took a picture of Jerry's lunch. That was his lunch right there for the day. He calls it a breakfast and lunch.
Right.
With bacon on top of his.
I must admit that donut looked good. That donut looked really, really good. I was almost asking for myself, but I want to be healthy. Okay, well, it's coming to the end. I really appreciate you joining me on the podcast. Wanted to ask you one final question. So the commissioner has been criticized many times. He's trying to do a good job. Do you have any thoughts of how he's doing his job?
He's a little shady. That guy's a little shady. I think he's taking points away from my team every single time. But he's a shady guy. I don't know. You got to watch him.
You got to watch him. Well, you played him last week, right?
Yep.
Did you win?
Yep. I lost by a couple points, but I think that's why he took away a couple points from my players.
You know what's interesting?
I think he has something going on right there.
What's interesting is you win this week. It looks like he might win this week. You guys might be 2-2 after this week. And you guys will be heading into the later rounds, maybe facing each other. Do you have any prediction on what that game would look like?
Might be close in the first half, but I got him. I don't think he has a good lineup. I think he's going to fall apart.
Okay. All right. Well, there you hear it, fans. Coming from the champion, last year's champion. But again, I think that was an asterisk on that one. Many people question that championship. But thank you, George, for coming on our show. A lot of people wanted to hear from you. So good luck next week. Nice win today. We'll see you again.
Got you right here.
All right. Go get him.